Hello and welcome back. I am very excited to be announcing that a new version of the PitFan mod is out, 2.6.5. It has numerous changes, but there's one that shines above all else, and is that you can play with a Warbot now. Let me just show the character select screen. Here you can see our lovely Warbot here decided to fight back against his pit masters. He has quite a few mechanics that are different from any other, kind of like the Lich. I'll go to this one just because I souped it up so I could actually show off all the abilities he has. So the way the Warbot works is that he has a reactor instead of a hunger bar, which he can refill by eating energy cells, fuel cells, antimatter cells, and energy backpacks. This goes down pretty slowly. However, he uses his reactor to fire his energy weapons. So here you see he starts with an amazing weapon, the Photo Feki, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And you can see his hunger bar dropped. Another one of the differences with him is he has his own set of abilities. He just has one for each category. So now stamina is matter, and psionics are his capacitor abilities. The capacitor charges up relatively quickly, and so you can use these abilities more often. The matter abilities, however, this does not go up by itself at all. It won't go up when you level up, and you don't have any regen on it. The way you get more matter is by destroying items. Here we can see, I'll say this bone sliver. If I were to convert it to matter, you get 10 matter from it. The matter size is calculated by how big the stack it fits in is and how many squares it takes up. So something like this flak jacket, which can only hold one, per stack, and takes up 4, will give you 800 matter. So things like Tarkin field surgeries and stuff like that are very good to find. Which is nice because they serve no purpose on him. He cannot heal with medical items. He actually heals with repair items. When you open up a repair item as the Warbot, you'll be able to see this repair your hull. And it will repair 40% of your hull, or whatever the efficiency is. So nano reconstructors will give you a ton of repair. And he can also use repair bays to heal. So you've got to make a little bit of a choice on repairing your items versus repairing yourself. And I just like the idea of this big Warbot keeping himself together with duct tape. As for the abilities that he has, start going through them here, the psionic or capacitor ones. First, and one you start with is shield. So when you start it up, it doesn't cost very much, just 10? Yeah, 10 capacitor to get going. And what it will do is it will use your capacitor energy bar to absorb damage. It doesn't save your armor from taking damage, but anything that gets past there, this will be absorbed with. Because it is much harder to heal your health, you can't rest, and you can't use medical items, this is how you can stave off a bunch of that damage. Because you want to keep your health up as much as possible. Here we can see, if I get hit, it comes off of here. And there is an ability to cancel that doesn't cost anything and doesn't use any of your energy. Boost is a lot of fun. If you like charging into or out of battle. Let's see, where'd it go? Did I not add that one? I don't think I added that one. Alright. This won't end your turn, and it will send you forward. So you can use it to charge into a room, get close to someone that shoots rockets, stuff like that, area of effect. Or you can use it to get away. Suppose I actually wanted to run away from that guy, I could use that. And it recharges fairly quickly. But again, remember, you don't want to use up too much of your capacitor, because you want to save some of that for your shield. Thirdly is discharge. That's firing my laser territory. And obviously on the 5th floor, I would not have all these abilities, so they're probably going to seem overpowered. There you can see, I just wrecked that guy, and it also hits everything in the line. So it's basically a buffed version of the lightning rifle. Finally, Hack Robot. So if you're successful with it, they become an ally for you for a while. Otherwise, they get dizzy, and so they'll do all sorts of weird stuff. So either way, it'll help you out. But if you're successful, it's much better, and it's, you know, like a Mother Egg or a Subvert. Typically, the matter abilities are more powerful. So, Fire Rocket is obvious. You can fire a rocket. The Blade of Armor actually gives you a temporary, similar to the Blade of Plate, or I forget what the name of it is, but it basically gives you armor. It gives you 50 points of armor. And every time you take a hit, you will lose 1 armor point. If that bonus goes to 0, then it goes away. So this is very good, again, for charging rooms or dealing with very difficult enemies. Because 50 will, you know, 50 is a lot of armor. If you already have some armor, and he starts with a decent amount, it's 25 armor. You know, so I was at 65 already. Add 50 on top of that, and you know, you're in heavy armor territory. Deploy drone is sort of your workhorse. So this helps you save some of your energy, because it's basically a harpy drone that you can create, and he'll tank damage, or preferably he'll shoot for you, because he has dual laser pistols, but they start weaker than normal laser pistols, but then scale up depending on your power and your skill. A little side note, in case you don't know about it, if you have an ally, if you press F6, you can tell your allies how close they need to be to you. So, if you want them to stay within 6 tiles, you know, go out and shoot things but don't wander too far, you'd use that. To me, is very, very useful. So say someone is charging me, if I do this, he'll follow me and always try to be within 1 tile of me. So if someone's charging from this side, he'll actually keep going, but then shoot in the same turn. Very useful. Rocket does what you might think it might do. Heart stuff. And the final one is Deploy Decoy. I'll just recharge myself here. Deploy Decoy. Well, it doesn't matter, I forgot, it doesn't matter where you put the cursor, because that'd be a little too powerful, but it'll put a copy of yourself wherever you were standing last, and any mecha that's within its sensor range. So if they're able to detect you, they'll come charging and try to hit this thing. They're quite useful, and these synergize pretty well, because they'll go after him, and then meanwhile you can be shooting them, and your drone can be shooting them, and it's good fun, trust me. What else is there? Just for example, here's convert to matter, and you get matter. He also starts with a bit of grenades, 2 efficient laser weapons, which seem overpowered until your reactor starts getting low. And you can recharge him, with all these things, but also at recharge hubs. So, and he'll make little Warbot sounds, which is when he's successful every now and then, which is kind of funny. Charge hub. Yeah, you can see you can recharge your reactor. I haven't used very much reactor, but it'll give you the equivalent of 1 energy cell, which is 100. So you really got to choose whether or not you want to recharge your tools or recharge yourself. In the future, I plan on having more abilities, but wanted to get the Warbot out there so people can start trying them. Definitely on the Discord, we're having lots of fun playing with it. And I think that's about it for him. Yeah, pretty sure. Let me just check my notes. Yep. Alright, that seems like about it. Just a couple more changes I wanted to go over. There's, I mean, that was about 3 pages of change notes. One change, which doesn't apply to him, but for characters that do have access to stamina, normal stamina abilities, when you equip a weapon, it will add quick shortcuts for whatever abilities you are capable of using for that. It was definitely becoming a pain to try to manage all the abilities you would get with all the shortcuts, so now these will just auto-populate. Now, here with a rifle equipped, I get sharpshoot and Overwatch. You know, if I had greater skill in there, I would have more abilities show up. Another one is if you want an easy way to check the SOT sticks for someone, if you just get the targeting reticle over them and hit question mark, it will bring up the SOT sticks reference for them. So you can see what weapons they have, and any abilities they have will also show up here. So on psionic characters, let's see, you know anything? No. Caveman. Demonic Penguin definitely does. There you can see that if you run into a monster and you want to see what they're about to hit you with, you know, do I need to set up a Psi shield? And you'd see that it has Soul Crush, and so you definitely do want to set that up. Alright. I think that's largely all the changes I wanted to cover. Again, there's many more, and those will be in the change doc. And I guess that's about it. Have fun playing, and I will see you next time.